Welcome back to the Ox Founders Global podcast. In today's episode, we're honored to be joined by Brent Hoberman, co-founder of lastminute.com and a key figure in the European tech ecosystem. Brent has built and exited 2 unicorns as a founder, as well as backing several of them as an investor. He's executive chair of Founders Forum Group, Founders Factory, and Firstminute Capital. He's here to share his unique insights on being an entrepreneur in the dot-com boom, what it takes to be a successful founder today, and the outlook for the UK and the wider European tech ecosystem. Let's jump straight in.
Well, thank you so much for being here. What are you most excited about in tech in the next 10 years?
You have to say AI, but it's a bit of a cliche. But I think it's more about what happens when AI is everywhere. It could be what our company Wave calls embodied AI, which is really think of AI in robots and machines and autonomous cars and all those things. And then I think the other thing is if you look at the recent Orion glasses from Meta, they cost, the bill of materials is $10,000, so it's not for everyone. But you can imagine that these amazing augmented reality experiences. So today, when you've tried them, most people think they're a bit of a gimmick.
Yeah.
But I think if you look forward 5 or 10 years, they'll be much more natural and everywhere. And then you're thinking about the applications of that technology. I think it's quite exciting, whether it's for surgery or training or all sorts of things. Education.
And smaller, more wearable, more affordable. So hopefully that'll be good.
Yeah.
You've spoken a lot about the UK as a tech hub. If you had to sort of briefly give a pitch of the potential the UK has in the world, in as a startup ecosystem, what would it be?
Well, for lots of things, but in the tech world, you have to think it is for academic talent, so for engineers, bluntly, it also is one of the most international cities in the world, so it's a talent magnet for people to come to, for smart entrepreneurial people to base themselves here. And also there's a huge amount of capital here, so venture capital is the heart of European venture capital. Furthermore, you've got a lot of serial entrepreneurs now who are here helping the next generation. So that really also supports. And then the other thing that we work a lot on is this is one of the best cities in the world for corporates. So we have some of the best corporate HQs, and often that's a great way for entrepreneurs to find product market fit, doing deals with larger corporates. So if you want to do that, London and the broader UK is one of the best cities in the world.
That makes sense. What about Europe? The rest of it?
Europe, yeah, the rest of it. We're still in Europe, exactly, as you know. So the rest of Europe, obviously, there is now healthy competition, but now there has been for the last 20 years or something in tech, healthy competition between the key cities, Paris, Berlin, and obviously you've got companies that we've invested in like Mistral and Allen.eu out of Paris. France has also got these super academic, brilliant mathematicians who become brilliant engineers, who become brilliant entrepreneurs. The nice thing is it's so diversified. You've got stuff happening in Romania and Bratislava and all over Europe, so it's hard to keep track of.
Quite a big question. What was it like being an entrepreneur during the dot-com boom?
I was surreal, I think, is the first thing, because it was pioneering, it was early. I think what was particularly exciting was being very young, launching a business. It was being able to, run very fast, raise a relatively large amount of capital when we had minimal experience, and be able to persuade brilliant people to join us on that journey, and then be able to create a brand with guerrilla tactics, with the media, with all of those things, and to have a product that customers loved, even though the technology wasn't very good. Today, obviously, if the shopping basket failed every other time, you'd never come back. But back in 98, 99, people were like, wow, if it worked, they were so excited.
So would you say it was better being an entrepreneur then or now?
I think there were far fewer of us then, and there was far less capital, and there was far less ability to monetize. However, that means once you could get over a few hurdles, there was less competition. So now I think it's a golden age to be an entrepreneur, really, but you still have to really think about your differentiation. And I think your ability to attract talent is also key.
What would you say is your advice to founders who are looking to raise in the current VC market?
Yeah, I think the current VC market actually is pretty good. I think the advice is credibility. The worst thing is being pitched by someone who really isn't credible. In other words, it's the wrong person for the wrong job who hasn't persuaded any other people to join them. So make your story credible. Make it clear that you can attract top talent. Make it clear that you are the right person for this startup, and that you're doing it, and that your motivations are right. If you talk to a founder about work-life balance and they're interested in that topic, then the probability of them succeeding is less than the normal 10%. It's probably 0.1%. You can have work-life balance later in your life, or once your startup succeeded.
For a bit of a more fun question, which historical figure do you think would have been a great unicorn founder?
Someone like Mahatma Gandhi or Martin Luther King, because if we see the rise of social networks, the ability to lead, and oratory, rhetoric, lateral thinking, I think that they would have been good social media entrepreneurs.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Brent, for giving us your time today and joining us on the podcast.
Thank you very much to you both.